I was at the Freedom Convoy where I saw truckers beaten on Wellington Street right outside Parliament Hill. I've been to protests where I've seen high school students beaten by Antifa while police and members of the teachers union watched. I've seen pastors, protest organizers, and Canadian patriots thrown in jail, all for what they believed. What is happening in Canada? There are now countless Canadians persecuted, all for voicing their opinion. And who is telling their story? I'm Greg Wycliffe, and I'm producing a documentary called The Hate Network. It's all about how Canadian institutions target, censor, and smear Canadian citizens who dare to disagree with the ruling ideology. Here is a sneak peek preview.
When I was growing up in Poland, the language the government were using was anyone that was patriotic was a troublemaker.
Online platforms have become seas of racism, misogyny, and hate.
Do you think we live in a free country?
No.
Who the fuck cares about that paper anymore?
You caught the RCMP in lies.
Mm-hmm.
We caught them in lies ourselves during the convoy.
Why was I even arrested? Start there.
Far too many Canadians face hatred and discrimination.
I was basically accused of teaching my children hate.
I've got death threats many times. I had death threats.
The guards were giving them incentives to murder me in prison.
If you challenge any of the current government and media narratives of the day, they're going to come after you.
Including adding a definition of hatred to the criminal code.
Hate speech, which, what does that even mean?
Because now you have the most sensitive people in the room deciding what everyone else can say.
This is also a country where unserious people start unserious organizations like the Canadian Anti-Hate Network.
It's almost the attack dog for the Liberal Party.
These are Antifa journalists being funded by our federal government.
We are very proudly anti-fascist and we focus on the far right.
They are consistently found to be fraudulent.
Setting the agenda on what constitutes hate and how that hate should be addressed.
They're not shooting us dead on the streets yet.
If it doesn't work, now what? Are you going to assassinate me?
Charlie Kirk has been shot.
Like, it's okay if we died.
They're not concerned about the safety of everyone.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Canadian kindness is an illusion.
Bullies, racists, bigots, and Nazis.
Being defamed is a horrible experience.
Because of a joke? They needed a boogeyman for their Emergencies Act, right?
You cannot live in a country where you actually believe something and you're not allowed to say it.
What's hanging over my head was 50 million and 15 years prison.
The process becomes the punishment.
When is this tyranny going to end?
Is Canada free? Not for some.
First they came for, and then they came for, and then they came for you. There's nobody to defend you because everybody else is in jail.
We've recorded the interviews, we've done the research, and I've been writing the script for well over a year. All that's left is the professional editing and marketing. I need an additional $30,000 to complete and promote this documentary. I'm working with an award-winning filmmaker on this. Donations so far have covered script development, writing, and research, purchasing new production equipment, purchasing hard drives to store the footage, travel costs, which included a trip out west to Alberta, and we've also started to cover some of the editing costs. From here on out, we need $10,000 more for the remainder of the editing costs. This ensures the color grading, music, and sound is to the highest quality standard. And for the marketing and promotion, we need at least $5,000. But really, for a documentary film to have a big impact and be internationally successful, we're hoping to get a marketing budget of $20,000. This will allow for events like screening the documentary across the country in major cities, press releases, online ads and exposure, and submissions to international film festivals. Canada is not as free as you think it is, and this documentary will clearly illustrate this story for a wide audience. It's being crafted to appeal even to the average elbows up regular CBC watcher. So the larger the marketing budget, the larger the impact this will have on making Canadians of all stripes confront what's really going on in their country. And a larger budget will also help us get as many eyeballs on Ottawa as possible so we can start holding these people accountable. I believe telling this story is critically important to protecting free speech in Canada. And that's exactly why I pursued this project well over a year ago. If you want to help us, then send a donation to our GiveSendGo at givesendgo.com/savefreespeech. Thank you so much for your support, and we will talk to you soon. I also want to thank everybody who I got to interview for this project. Your bravery in stepping up and trusting me means a lot, and it's really what made this project possible. So thank you so much for having confidence in me and in this project, because that's really what makes it happen. Thank you.